This event might have one of the best bonuses we've ever seen. You see, the Steel Skyline event, September 30th, 10 a.m. to October 7th, 10 a.m. is coming soon to Pokemon Go, and we have the return of global challenges, in which across the world, we'll have to complete a certain amount of field research tasks and catch a certain amount of Pokemon to unlock bonuses globally. Now, when we complete each level of bonus, don't know how much it's going to take for each, but level 1 will give us access to additional catch candy when landing nice, great, or excellent throws, and catch XL candy. Moving on to level 2 of the bonus, you'll get 5,000 more XP when you win a raid battle. Not bad as well, because you can combine that with the 3,000 XP we're already getting on top for the XP celebration event. But the level 3 bonus is going to be 1 guaranteed rare candy XL when you win any max battle in person. Why is this big? Well, you can go ahead and do 4 free 1-star max battles every single day if you collect max particles, getting you literally 4 free rare candy XL every day during this event, which is huge. This is the hardest item to get in the game. But that's not all going down during the event, because Duraladon is making its debut in max battles. This will be the first time we've ever seen a Pokemon locked to the max battles, but it can be shiny, most likely with shiny rate of 1 in 64. We'll also see the event wild spawns of Alolan Diglett, Magnemite, Grimer, Porygon, Aeron, Bronzor, Trubbish, Klink, Togedemaru, and rare spawns for Galarian Meowth, Skarmory, and Mawile. The 1-star max battles during the event will be Drillbur and Dynamax Rookidee. 3 stars will be Dynamax Beldum, and 4-star max battles for Dynamax Duraladon. You'll then have in the 5-star raids Altered form of Giratina, and then the Mega raids Mega Steelix, Mega Caesar, and Mega Lucario all at the same time. We'll have exclusive field research tasks during the event, which can get you a Dynamax Duraladon encounter. So yes, field research tasks for Dynamax Duraladon. It'll probably have something to do with complete a certain amount of max battles though. There'll be a free timed research you can also claim by logging in during the event, but it does expire at the end of the event, so claim your rewards. But this timed research will get you a Magnetic Lure, XP Stardust, encounters with event-themed Pokemon, and more. There's also a paid timed research you can buy for $5 USD. If you buy it through the web store, you will get 3 free golden raspberries. So highly recommend you buy it through the web store, but they will get you max particles, Stardust, an encounter with a Dynamax Duraladon, and more. Okay, tips and tricks. Is Duraladon any good in Pokemon Go? And honestly, it's a pretty cool Pokemon. You see, Duraladon has one of the best type combinations in the Pokemon universe with the Steel and Dragon type, a mini version of Dialga. As far as its attack stat, it'll be 239, stamina of 172, defense of 185, with a max CP at level 50 of 3,468. For fast moves, it can learn Dragon Tail and Metal Claw, and for charge moves, Dragon Claw, Flash Cannon, and Hyper Beam. Now, Duraladon, as far as its use cases goes, in raids, it will not be very good. With Dragon Tail, Dragon Claw, it has a pretty low DPS of 15, giving it the number 49 Dragon type attacker. As far as the Steel type, Metal Claw and Flash Cannon gives it the number 24 spot for a Steel type attacker. So overall, not very good. When it comes to PvP, again, this Pokemon unfortunately won't be amazing. Only beating 9 of the top 45 Pokemon in the Great League and 10 of the top 52 in the Ultra League, and in the Master League, its stats are too low. But where this Pokemon will have its most use is going to be in the max battles. Now, as far as a Dragon max attacker, not very good, because obviously we have Eternatus, but it's still the number 3 best Dragon type max attacker in the game. Also, Duraladon does have a G-Max variant, which when that does come, that will be an amazing Dragon type attacker in Pokemon Go. So a good opportunity to grind candies for Gigantamax Duraladon. As far as the Steel type max attacker, it is the 5th best Steel type, so not amazing either in there. But again, because it has the Steel and Dragon type, it has a lot of resistances, which makes this a great tank Pokemon. So very useful to go ahead and resist a lot of Pokemon, build your max meter, and then switch out. Now, there's a problem with Duraladon that not a lot of people are talking about. Duraladon gained an evolution in Generation 9 called Archaludon. Now, the Dynamax phenomenon was only in Pokemon Sword or Shield, and because of this, Dynamax Archaludon has never been legal in the Pokemon universe, meaning in Pokemon Go in the future, they might block a Dynamax Duraladon from evolving to a Dynamax Archaludon unless we're able to remove that Dynamax feature from each Pokemon, as technically it's impossible to even get a Dynamax Archaludon. Now, what about the wild spawns? Because if you don't care about the Duraladon or the Shiny Dex or whatever, there's still a lot for you during the event, with Magnemite spawning the wild, which evolves into Magnezone, with Volt Switch and Wild Charge the number 19 Electric type attacker. Shadow Magnezone is even better at the number 10 spot as an Electric type attacker. Now, Trubbish is also spawning the wild, which Trubbish and Garbodor are not amazing, but Trubbish does get you 750 Stardust every time you catch it, so highly recommend you catch Trubbishes during the event. Also, G-Max Garbodor is coming later during this Pokemon Go season, so good opportunity to grind candies for when that does come, as G-Max Garbodor will not be a bad counter for G-Max Grimmsnarl when that hopefully comes during the wild area later. Axew is also spawning the wild, Squad, which could evolve into Haxorus with Dragon Tail and Breaking Swipe, the number 18 Dragon type attacker. As far as max battles during the event, highly recommend you do one star max battle every day for that guaranteed rare XL candy once you unlock that bonus, but there are certain ones you can go after that are better than others. Dynamax Drillbur is an amazing one because that evolves into Dynamax Excadrill, which with Max Quake is the number 1 ground type attacker and number 3 as a steel type attacker with Max Steel Strike. Dynamax Excadrill is also a good tank Pokemon against electric type max battle bosses. Also, Excadrill is good in raids, being the number 16 ground type attacker with Mudshot and Scorching Sands, and 15 steel type with Metal Claw and Iron Head. Dynamax Rookie D is also available, which can evolve into Dynamax Corviknight, which Corviknight does have a Gigantamax variant in the future. Good opportunity to grind candies for that. Also, Corviknight is ranked number 1 in the Great League and number 1 in the Ultra League this season, an overall beast of a Pokemon. Dynamax Beldum will also be available, a lot of amazing Dynamax bosses, which can evolve into Dynamax Metagross, being the number 2 steel type max attacker and number 3 psychic type max attacker. Additionally, Dynamax Metagross is an amazing tank Pokemon, and with its new legacy move coming out during its raid day very soon of Shadow Claw, it'll be very, very effective in certain tank roles. Also, Metagross does have its Mega Evolution debuting very soon, so if you want to go ahead and prep for that, you can of course catch your Dynamax Beldums, which Mega Metagross will be the number 4 steel type attacker with Bullet Punch and Meteor Mash, and a top psychic type attacker with Zen Headbutt and Psychic. Regular Metagross is also a pretty good steel type attacker as well at the number 7 spot with Bullet Punch and Meteor Mash. Finally, Metagross is ranked 32 in the Master League, a good Pokemon to use there. We also have raid bosses during the event with Dialga in the altered form, a lot of steel type Pokemon. Dialga in the altered form is ranked 24 as a dragon type attacker with Dragon Breath and Draco Meteor, and number 10 as a steel type with Metal Claw and Iron Head. It also ranked number 27 in the Open Master League. However, you can do the Dialga raids to get candies for your origin forms of Dialga or Shadow Dialgas if you have them. Shadow Dialga is the number 10 dragon type attacker and number 6 steel type attacker, and origin form of Dialga is the number 13 dragon type attacker with Dragon Breath and Roar of Time, number 11 steel type with Metal Claw and Iron Head, and also ranked 7 in the Open Master League. So overall, Dialga good across the board. Highly recommend you get candies for that Pokemon. Mega Caesar will also be available in the Mega Raids, which is the number 3 bug type attacker currently in Pokemon Go. Also with the Kalos Tour potentially coming very, very soon, Mega Caesar, if Hoopa Unbound or Hoopa Confined come back to Pokemon Go, could be an amazing counter to that Pokemon. We'll see if that comes in raids during the Kalos Tour. Mega Lucario is finally the last Mega, which is highly recommend going after because with Force Palm and Aura Sphere is the number 1 fighting type attacker in Pokemon Go. And also regular Lucario is a good fighting type attacker in Pokemon Go, being the number 6 overall. So overall, Mega Lucario definitely one of the best Pokemon to get. Now we just mentioned a bunch of meta relevant Pokemon. So you want to have candies for these Pokemon to power up, especially things like Dialga. So what's the best ways to get candies during the event? Number 1, use Pineapps or Silver Pineapple Berries on any Pokemon you find. Those will double or 2.34 times your catch candy. If you're catching legendaries as well, I recommend you activate Ice Burn or Free Shock Adventure Effect from Black or White Kyurem, giving you a 1.5 or 1.25 times catch multiplier, making it easier to catch legendaries on a Pineapple Berry, but highly recommended because you get more candies. Also, Mega Evolve a Steel type during the event. So many Steel type Pokemon spawning in the wild during the event. And if you have a Steel type Mega active, any Steel types you catch, you'll get more candy, XP, and XL candy. So Mega Evolve either a Mega Steelix, Scizor, Aggron, or Lucario during the event. You can also trade away Pokemon. Every time you trade away a Pokemon this season, you're going to get 2 regular candies and a guaranteed XL candy. So for example, catching 100 Dynamax Beldums, trading all those away, you're going to get 100 Dynamax Beldum candies. Also, if you do trade on Sundays during the event, we do have the bonuses of 2 special trades on the Sunday. You also get 2 Candy XLs instead of 1 from trading away Pokemon. It'll also be 10% less Stardust for trades. So if you can trade, highly recommend you trade on Sundays during the season all the way until November 29th. December 1st, as those Sunday trade days are going to be amazing to grind candies. Finally, station Pokemon at power spots. If you're going to be doing a bunch of max battles during the event, dropping a Pokemon in the power spot after anybody who defeats a Pokemon at that power spot, you'll get 1 candy every time somebody defeats it for a max of 5. So dropping in, I don't know, something like a G-Max Pokemon or like a Cubfu, you can get up to 5 Cubfu candies for completely free for just dropping them in. Now, when level 80 does come out, we don't know how many platinum medals we're going to need to hit that level. So we want to go ahead and prep and get those platinum medals. So which ones should we work on during the event? Of course, I will mention here the Rail Staff medal. Catch those steel types. This is a harder medal to go ahead and complete, but you have to catch 2,500 steel type Pokemon. There's also a bunch of different type medals. You know, you have rookie despawning during the event. Any of these you haven't completed, highly recommend you complete them. You also makes it easier to catch a certain type of Pokemon. I'll also mention the Battle Legend medal if you're going to do a bunch of Dialga raids, and the Champion medal if you're going to do a bunch of Mega raids like Mega Lucario raids or anything else. If you do those raids, I'd highly recommend you do them with a friend to work on your Rising Star Duo medal. Win 2,000 raids with a friend. Finally, your Rising Star medal, defeat 150 species of Pokemon in raids. Any Pokemon that are in raids that you've never raided before like do one raid for it to get you a point on the Rising Star. Because we can also mention the Showcase Star Medal. Always try your best to win these showcases as you get some free premium items. Now, before the event starts, go into your advanced settings, download all assets to make sure your game is up to speed, and also turn on native refresh rate for a smoother gameplay experience. Also set a Buddy Release the Great Buddy level, giving you access to the Buddy Bounce Back. Very useful if you end up missing a throw or hitting the Pokemon when it's knocking a ball back. Your buddy can save that ball and get you an extra shake. Now, if you're going to be grinding wild spawn during the event, always recommend activating Palkia's Spatial Rend Adventure effect, doubling your spawn distance from 40 to 80 meters. The more Pokemon you can see, the more you can catch, the more candy, XP, and all that stuff you can get. However, if you're going to be doing a bunch of Dynamax battles, especially things like Duraladon, you could benefit from having Behemoth Blade or Behemoth Bash activated, giving you a 5% damage or defense boost respectively in max battles. However, the better option might be Dynamax Cannon from Eternatus, leveling up all of your max moves by 1 level. AKA if you have a level 3 max move, it'll go up to level 4, even higher than it could be. Really effective, really going to give you a lot of damage if you're trying to take on a lot of Dynamax Duraladons really quickly. Speaking of Dynamax Duraludon, your best options as attackers are going to be Gigantamax Machamp, Dynamax Extra with Mud Shot, Dynamax Urshifu with counter, Dynamax Machamp with counter, and Dynamax Alakazam with counter. And as far as your best tank Pokemon, the Pokemon you want to build your max meter with before you go ahead and switch into your attacker during the Dynamax phase is going to be Crowned Shield Zamazenta with Metal Claw, Blissey with Pound, Metagross with Fury Cutter, Corviknight with Sand Attack, and Crowned Sword Zacian with Metal Claw. Now, do you remember if you want to take your steel types to the next level, Dynamax Beldum Max Monday is September 29th from 6 to 7 p.m., in which Dynamax Beldums will be spawning at every single power spot. Really good if you want to go ahead and get yourself a good IV Dynamax Metagross. We then have Aeron Spotlight Hour on the first day of this event, September 30th from 6 to 7 p.m. with the bonus of 2 times transfer candy. Highly recommend you go ahead and make a transfer tag with all the Pokemon you might want to transfer for 2 candies instead of 1, especially if you played events like, Shadow Groudon Raid Weekend. That's a great time to transfer your Groudons to get 2 candies instead of 1. Also very handy if you played the City Safari event at one of the 4 locations that past weekend and transfer your Pokemon then. Then Dialga in the Origin form is getting its raid hour October 1st from 6 to 7 p.m. in which Dialga is going to be everywhere at gyms, refreshing on 25-minute timers. So you complete 2 Dialga raids in the hour. Dialga can also know Roar of Time with a chance during that raid hour, and you do get 1 guaranteed Candy XL every time you catch a Dialga during raid hours this season. So really a lot of opportunities to get rare Candy XL during this event. Now, we can't sleep on the XP you can grind during the event. For any of you trainers who are trying to hit level 50 before the level 80 update comes out or get advanced on the level 80, we do have the XP celebration bonuses of 2 times catch XP when landing nice throws or better, 3,000 more XP for completing raids and max battles. And of course, during this event, we're getting the additional 5,000 more XP per raid you go ahead and complete if we unlock that tier bonus. AKA, you could be getting up to 18,000 XP per legendary raid you complete. And if you use a luck egg, that's up to 36,000 XP for completing 1 legendary raid. So highly recommend you do legendary raids on luck eggs if you want to grind during this event. And also, of course, do 4 tier 1 max battles every single day during the event to not only get your 4 free rare candy XLs, but also you're going to be getting 8,000 XP per max battle you do, which is huge gains. So overall, just doing 1-star max battles during the event, no matter where you are in the world, highly recommended you do. Final thing I'll mention, remember to attend community ambassador meetups by going on Campfire, sorting by meetups, and looking for the ones hosted by a community ambassador. Why would you want to go to these? Well, attend these meetups and check in, and you'll get a free timed research that can get you free items. Attend a spotlight hour on September 30th and October 7th. You'll get a free super incubator. Raid hour on October 1st. You'll get a free raid pass. Mega Metagross raid day on October 4th. You'll get a free raid pass as well. And if you're checked in at a meetup and you're in a party, you'll get 25% less egg incubator distance. So if you want to hatch a bunch of eggs, that does stack with existing bonuses, by the way. It's best to do it at community ambassador meetup while you're checked in. Watch the other 2 videos on screen if you enjoyed this one, guys. Good luck during this event, and let me know what you think of that bonus. Follow for tips. Peace.